I just feel really done with it. I feel really done with the tutoring, and I feel really done with therapy.
Okay, so both of these things are feeling like, ugh, I have to go, or your parents, making you go to the tutor too, or
Yeah.
is it, okay?
Well, because they think that I'm gonna start doing better if I keep going to the tutor, but it's like I started doing a little bit worse, and then I got the tutor, and then the more and more they pressure me to do that, like I just kept doing worse, and like all these things aren't helping. So I think I might as well just not do them anymore.
So you're ready to pull the plug on the tutoring for sure, and possibly here, and we'll certainly go with what feels right to you. I want you to have a voice in all of these decisions, not just the parents saying, okay, you have to go down here. So certainly if we need to ramp down here, I'm good with that, and I'm happy to work with you on that.
I just wish that I did have a say in all this, because like I can protest all I want, but it's like my parents are just going to keep making me do these things because they just don't understand that like it's just not going to help. Because like they think that they're helping me, but they really don't know how.
I respect you coming in here and telling me I don't want to do this, because this is one way to get your voice in. I mean, if you really feel like this isn't helping, and and it's adding more stress, then we can certainly ramp down. I may have to check in with your parents, whatever, but is it mostly your parents who put this kind of pressure and these expectations? I know the bar is so high with school and with soccer. Is it mostly your parents, or?
A lot of it is my parents, but I would say like my tutor makes things pretty bad too.
How does she do that?
She's just kind of like too personal.
How do you mean?
Does stuff that a tutor shouldn't do.
Yeah, help me a little bit with this. It's, what's her name, the tutor?
My tutor's name?
Yeah,
Alex.
this is Alex.
Yeah.
Okay. Say she's been getting too close in certain ways.
She spends so much time like asking me about like stuff that it just doesn't even have to do with like what I'm doing in school, and just like I don't know, she just like makes weird remarks that like make me feel so uncomfortable, and like makes me talk about stuff that just like it's just like annoys me, that I have to deal with her like probing at me. She's always calling me like handsome, and like talking about how, if she was my age, like she'd be all over me, and she's not only really talked about how much she wants to, be with me because she thinks I'm so cute or whatever. Our last session, she actually put her hands on me. I told her to stop, but she kind of took my whole backpack off my bed, and then she sat down beside me and started asking how I felt about girls, and then she was rubbing my back, and after that, she just like had both of her hands, like one of them was on my leg and the other was on my back, and she was just rubbing my back. And then she told me that I'd have to see what it was like with her, so that I could understand if I liked girls and having sex with girls. And I just shut down and I told her to stop it, and that I didn't want it anymore. And then I got off the bed and I walked across the room and I said, I don't like this.
Right.
But then she told me that it wasn't a weird situation and that I was not allowed to tell anybody about it. And I'm really scared that if I do tell anybody about it, she might reveal some other stuff that she's gotten me to say to her that I'm just not ready to be out there. And I feel like she really has me trapped.
Wow, thank you for sharing that. That I can see why you would feel trapped and confused and maybe even panicked about what's going on. Is it clear to you that this is an abusive situation? Does that register with you?
I know.
Yeah. This has gone way beyond and has put you in a terrible situation. This is an abusive situation. I'm so glad that you were willing to talk about it here today. Yeah. What is most important is that we have to find a way to safety here, because this is not safe. It's not safe for you, this situation, right?
I just really don't want to have to do that again.
Absolutely.
It's like, it just makes me feel like really violated and uncomfortable.
Yes.
And I don't want to have another session, because I've just been like, this whole week I've been really, really panicking about what's going to happen next week.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to do if that happens again. And I just don't want it. Like, it's just too much for me.
Right. So that's where we start. Our starting place is that you are not going to have another tutoring session. So I think we can be very careful in terms of who we tell, how we tell, what is told. But minimum, we have to ensure your safety in this really abusive situation. Okay. And how are you doing right now? I mean, this is...
I don't feel so good.
Right. Yeah. This is very important stuff we're talking about here. I'd like us to move quickly on this. And I'll work with you today. We can put our heads together so we can find a way to talk about this and to talk with your parents. You can share with me your concerns specifically.
My biggest concern is probably that at first they're going to doubt that it even happened, and then I'm going to have to, explain it to them. I feel like they might think that I insinuated it, or, I didn't do enough to stop her, or like I caused the problem, and I just don't want them to think of me like as having been in a weird sexual situation.
I think we can clearly kind of craft in terms of how we talk with your parents about this. So number one, you don't have to kind of go through all the, the details about it. The important message to communicate is that an abusive situation has happened in this tutoring, and that it needs to stop, and that you are not to blame for it. And I'm clear on this, that we have a tutor who had certain responsibilities, and she really treaded way past here.
That's all I want, just for it to stop.
Absolutely, and for it to be handled in a way that's not going to blow back on you in ways that you're uncomfortable with. I want to be right at your side with this, or to help.
Yeah, if you could be, I think, here with me and my parents, I think they'd have to listen to me. I think that
Yes.
would help the most.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I would like that.
Okay, that's what we're doing today.
Okay, thank you.